Okay, guys. If you've ever owned a 944 convertible S2, you'll know my heartache, my trouble. So let's get into it. So, as we know, there is a trunk release button down here. And for safety purposes, it is only usable when the key is in, I believe, the number 1 or the accessory position, right? And we have the infamous key lock here. Now, a normal car will have a spring tension lock. No, not Porsche. Porsche has to wire everything to the back here, and including the switch up front in the gully, and have 2 micro switches. Let's take a look at those micro switches. There's the one that I repaired right there, and the other one is, you can't really get in there. It's right there, I believe. Yeah, but anyways, so this one is common. Either that little square switch itself goes out, and you got to replace everything because that little micro switch is actually connected to the lock, which is, yeah, whatever. So what happens is the plunger in that micro switch gets a little sticky because over the years you have dust, you have moisture, you have this, you have that, and you can see the metal cam that pushes on that on the metal tab that pushes that little red plunger in to, you know, complete the circuit of your micro switch so that you're, you know, you can open your trunk. Well, after a lot of painstaking troubleshooting, we found this out. And the cam, when you turn the key, it looks like this. And I guess I should put the key in the keyhole to turn it, otherwise can't really see what's going on. Anyways, we will pretend that the trunk is shut, okay? And so here you have your motor, which is way over here behind that little assembly there, and you have your micro switch that activates the motor, okay? And so now we'll pretend like the trunk is shut. I'm going to turn this, and you can see where I added, you can see it moving back behind there. I had to cut a slit in this silicone tubing and add it to that cam so that when you turn the key like this, you can see it, it puts enough pressure on that micro switch to work. So we got it going. It was a pain in the ass, and now not only does our button up front work, but our trunk lock electric doohickey works as well. And I've spent 3 days now getting this all done. And what originally started this was, okay, I bought the car, and well, I asked the seller, hey, let's open the trunk, let's see what it looks like in there, and turn the key. Everything was working fine, but the trunk didn't pop up like this, like it's supposed to when you turn the key, because, you know, these are 35 years old and they're no longer working. That's why I have, you know, my little laundry basket with some towels here, because now the laundry basket with towels is acting like those shock absorbers. And I got those on order. But anyways, there's that. I'm not going to lock it because I'm just going to give you guys a walk around of the car here. So I got a new top on order, and it should be coming in about a week. The gear and the odometer on this car has broken like most of them, so actual mileage is about 60,000 miles. Yeah, interior is, you know, it's this car has been sitting non-op for quite some time, so the interior is probably about a 6 out of 10, which I'm okay with. You know, we're gonna tidy all this stuff up. I mean, everything is there. It's not like the car isn't like trash or anything. I don't know if I'm still recording. Oh, I am. It's just so sunny outside. But anyways, so the guy that sold me this car, this 1999 44 S2, owned a body shop and an auto repair shop, and he had a friend that had this car and also had like an old 60s hot rod of some type, and I think he was like the third owner of the car. So he was like, hey, I'll trade you the car for a paint job on my hot rod. And Robbie, owner of the shop, was like, yeah, sure. So I saw pictures of the car before he painted it. He kept the original color on there, guards red, which I was really looking for a white or a black one. But you know what? Honestly, this color is really growing on me. I thought it'd be a little bit gaudy, but you know what? With the black top and the wheels, tires, the color contrast is just absolutely amazing. So yeah, so this is my new little project car. I got the top on order. I'm missing one of the emblems on the caps for the wheels, so I got one of those on order. I tried to switch out the air filter today, but no luck. I couldn't get that assembly apart. It's a little tricky. It's going in the shop tomorrow morning, Buffalo shop. I'm gonna get a Flow Master on there and a nice new tip that is similar to that, very similar. It's kind of oval, but it has a little more angle going down, and we'll tuck it a little bit more underneath that bumper, maybe about an inch or two. I'm not exactly sure, but I'll talk to my technician so it's not sticking out so much. I mean, you know, that's factory. All this car is all original, which is what makes it nice. So anyhow, you can see the residual wax. Also, the gaskets on the tail lights are toast. So when Robbie washed it before I picked it up, he didn't know this, and there was a little bit of water in the tail lights. So being that I couldn't get in the trunk, I couldn't stand having that water in there. So I had to I drilled two little tiny holes. I don't know if you can see it here. There it is right there, back of the tail light, which I'll fill with some silicone. And there was a lot of water that drained out of there. I also got my shop vac out and vacuumed all the moisture out till it was completely 100% dry. And now that we're getting into summertime, it'll dry out pretty good. But anyways, yeah, so other than the car looking a little terrible with the top like that, I do have a new top piece coming. I tried to just replace the window, but it's just too much work, you know. I have a installer friend of mine in Fairfield that is gonna, you know, put a new top. He just said, just order a new top, dude. So I was like, okay, let's do it. And you know, I'll be happy with that once that comes in. For the convertible model, this is a bugger right here. You see how this is completely, this cover here, you know, it's like back window goes like that, and this cover is completely warped. You can see how it's supposed to be like bent down and in there, but it's warped out. So I read a little bit up on the forums, and apparently what you can do is you can take a heat gun to them and press them back the way they're supposed to be. So I'm going to give that a go, because this particular piece right here, there's only a couple of them in the country as it stands right now that are in a parts place in, I believe, Atlanta, and they are wanting like $1,300. So there's no way I'm spending that kind of money for a little piece of, you know, decorative plastic, when I can just remove it and either have my fabricator just do a piece of vinyl, or I could take a heat gun to that and, you know, make it look nice again. But anyways, car runs great. Yeah, and it's got some new components. It's got new belts, and it runs amazing. I was a little worried about that, but you know, once I got it some fresh gas in it, and I put some sea foam in the engine and in the fuel tank, some fuel injection cleaner, you know, did the Italian style tune up on the freeway. Got it up to about 110, and seems to have done the trick. But anyways, I'm wrapping this video up. Comment and share. Thanks, guys.